Good night, world. This is Ivan America again. I hope you guys enjoyed my last two videos in this Ivan's Listening series. I'm making this video at 11 o'clock, so you might hear people upstairs. So if you hear some noise, you're gonna have to excuse the noise. Because there's people upstairs. Whereas my other videos, I made it in the morning and everyone was sleeping. So if you hear a bit of noise, you're gonna have to excuse the noise. I wanted to make the video a little earlier today. Obviously, you can talk about the usual exciting stuff. Obviously, about Skype Source. When me and VJ are king and queen, we're gonna be living a life. We're gonna build out $150 million with our condo. I'm not gonna go any higher than $150 million to the condo. $200 million, you're just being stupid and you're wasting money. I'm gonna put a good $150 million towards me and VJ's dream rooftop condo. Obviously, hence why when these actors come to my office, they're gonna be wow on my condo. Holy shit, Ivan, you have a nice. To all you guys, have you ever seen the movie Incredibles 2? Well, Incredibles 2, remember when they go to that guy's house and all of them, you saw a nice house. Well, think of a condo like that for me and VJ, a nice penthouse me and VJ are gonna own, man. A $150 million rooftop condo. Automatic. I'm gonna have automatic doors, luxury elevator with the GPS, luxury garage, a nice luxury pool. A nice like big pool, nice jacuzzi. I'll tell VJ, hey VJ, we can either have the jacuzzi in the pool room or we can have our own separate room where we have our jacuzzi. We have a nice top notch jacuzzi, obviously. A nice luxury living room, terrace outside. I showed you guys pictures, you know what I'm talking about, right? A private IMAX theater room where me and VJ are gonna watch all our movies, yeah. So whenever me and VJ want to watch movies, we can watch in the private IMAX theater room. And then we'll have a big screen TV in our living room, and that's where we used to watch TV and like Netflix. If we want to watch a movie on Netflix, or like watch the doc, or watch sports, we see it on TV, or watch YouTube, we see it on our TV in the living room. If we want to watch movies, we see it in our private IMAX theater room. And private IMAX theaters are very, very expensive. You need to be someone who's really, really rich to afford an IMAX theater, obviously. So all the big A-listers in Hollywood, they can afford a private IMAX theater room. And there's a good chance a lot of them are going to follow my advice. Yeah, Ivan's building his own private IMAX. I'm going to build my own private IMAX theater too before the movie gets released, obviously. And all you people around the world are probably going to get a theater system for your living room for my movies. Yeah, man. And right, yeah. You listen to Dodge. I'm going to own a top-notch $150 million rooftop condo with my wife. We're going to own our own jets. I'll buy a good 2 jets. 2 jets is enough. I'm not going to buy like 5 jets. You're wasting money. Me and VJ can buy 2 jets. The $70 million jet will fit a good like 10, 12 people. And the smaller jet will fit like 6 to 8 people. I'll buy a nice $35 million jet. The $35 million jet, me and VJ can use that for our vacations. And the $70 million jet's used for the business. As well as the $35 million jet. The $35 million jet will also be used for the business too. For example, when I fly in my stars the second year, I believe John Boyega, Andy Serkis, and what's his name? Idris Elba live in London. So what I'll do is I'll have those guys flown on my small jet to London, and then the bigger jet, the actors will be flown to Los Angeles where they live, obviously. I have the keys. You guys know what I'm talking about, obviously. As I told you, there's a delay in my book. I'm still going over my book with my younger brother. I won't be done going over my book till like September. And after that, I have to go over it again to make sure there's no typos. I want my book to be as professional as it can be, to fix up any typos, obviously. Right? So sometime next year or early 2024, I'll be paying the fee, guys. And once I find out how wicked you are, you trap me with sharing your death, I am done. I'm going to pay this fee. Promise I'll save my wife, and I'm peacing the fuck out more after this. And you're never going to see my face on the Savage YouTube channel. You'll see me on behind the scenes of the trends with my wife. You're going to see the ads, the commercials. Well, I won't be doing commercials. You're going to see me on the the professional ads and billboards, trending obviously, as well as my kick-ass website, ads on my website. The doc trailers, the movie trailers, the movie, and the doc. As well as the world tour. If me and VJ go on that world tour, you're going to obviously see me and VJ behind the scenes with the actors. The fans are going to take videos and pictures. Are going to be trending online, man. It's going to be crazy. And for the world tour, you're looking at something crazier than even Hollywood. You're looking at worldwide buzz. They're going to rent venues for like 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 people, man. Because it's an Ivan movie, man. And Zanus is the best story ever told, and Airtas the devil himself. a revolutionization of technology for horror, special world building, as well as action sequences. That's why we're looking at something top notch. For my last one, you guys know what I'm talking about. You can see the future. You're looking at something better than Avatar, man. Except the world looks natural. So think something like Lord of the Rings, except the world looks better technology than Lord of the Rings, except the world looks natural. But it's unheard of technology. And the wolves are 3 times scarier than the orcs in Lord of the Rings and the ring race. Right? The bats are 3 times scarier than the orcs in Lord of the Rings and the ring race. That's why we're looking at a revolution in technology, obviously. Those have been crazy. And Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson will be the 2 directors who will be competing for the directing job, the executive producing job, and the co-writing job. As they're going to be my executive producers, my co-writer, and my directors. Obviously. I'm willing to pay Peter Jackson $72 million to direct my movie. I didn't even pay him 75. Pay him 75 because he's so big. I'm willing to pay Peter Jackson $75 million to direct my movie. I can pay him a $10 million simultaneous and $65 million to start production. Because he's so big, you gotta pay him on it. But $75 million is the highest I'm gonna go, man. I'm not going any higher than that, man. He wants $80 million, $90 million. He's being greedy. Guaranteed his agent, Peter Jackson's agent, Peter Jackson will agree to the $75 million, but he'll try to get like 0.51% of my royalties, obviously. And if not, he's gonna try and get more money, like 80, 90, 100 million, which means you're not gonna pay him. We can easily afford it, but I'm not paying him. That's crazy. $75 million is more than enough money for the term of the movie. And he gets his $2 million for all the releases. And Mel Gibson, I'll pay him $50 million. I'll pay him $10 million simultaneous and a $40 million salary at start production. And so they're both making a lot of money, obviously. And he gets his $2 million for the releases. Yeah, man, this has been crazy. Something fucking crazy, man. And I guarantee you, me, VJ, and the actors. And what I'll do is if we go on that world tour, when we go on that world tour, most likely, right? After we film the movie, there's a good chance the world tour will take place during post-production. For a good 2 months. A good 2.5 months, we're going to go on a crazy world tour. Then once that's over, the actors are obviously, they're flown home, obviously. And then and me, VJ, and Peter Jackson will be a part of post-production. Watching. So I'll have Peter Jackson. I'm not gonna have Peter Jackson stay in a hotel for post production. I'll have him sleep in the trailer for that. And I'll have him sleep in the trailer, and he can watch post production in Vancouver. And he also gets his buffet during post production, obviously. And he also gets his portable shower, all that stuff. As you have to lease portable showers for them to take a shower. It's cheaper. I'm not gonna build showers in the special effects room. It's just gonna cost more money. I'll just rent portable showers. I showed you pictures. You guys know what I'm talking about. Nice portable showers for all the special effects team and Peter Jackson to take a shower, and I'll lease brand new trailers for them to sleep during the 6 months, whatever it is. The way they work hard for me. You feed them with a buffet, and I'll give the special effects team a once a month party during the 6 months. That way they work. That way they're not stressed out, obviously, because you're looking at grueling work, man. A lot of work, obviously. But going back to the world tour, there's a high chance when we go on that world tour with me, VJ, Peter Jackson, or Mel Gibson. What I'll do for myself, I'll bring the head of production and my two, because the head of production, I need someone to handle all the schedules for me during the world tour, obviously, because they're obviously going to give us schedules, obviously, to travel all these places. We need someone to handle that, so I'll bring my head of production with me and my 2 script developers. So Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, J.J. Abrams, or Brian Johnson, they'll be coming with me, and my head of production will be coming with me. Whereas the secretaries, the Cal and Legal Advisors, they don't come with me. I don't need those guys, because I don't have enough room. It's just going to cost me and VJ more money. So I'll have me, VJ, Peter Jackson, the 2 script developers, and the head of production. The head of production will be handling all the scheduling for me. Okay, Ivan, you guys are going to be interviewed on this day in this city, you know what I'm saying? You need someone to keep track of all that. And then Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be the one responsible for paying for all our stuff. Me and VJ give them our business card, and they're going to be responsible for booking the hotels, booking the limo services for me, my wife, and the actors. You know what I'm saying? Paying for the booking, finding a buffet company to feed me, my wife, and all the actors. Yeah, this has been crazy, obviously. And I'll tell the actors, look, man, when you sign this contract, if we get invited on a world tour, so when Peter Jackson and the actors sign out those big contracts, I'm gonna tell them, look, man, if you get invited on a world tour, your expenses are all paid for. You'll be flown on me and VJ's 2 private jets. You know what I'm saying? Your hotel's paid for. Have the actors stay at a nice $2,000 night hotel. Don't have them stay at a luxury hotel. No, it shouldn't cost you more money. Have them stay in those nice. You guys don't talk about those nice ass $2,000 night hotel with a nice bed, a nice TV, flat screen TV, nice rooms to sleep in. Yeah, and rent a hotel with like a nice pool and a jacuzzi downstairs or something like that. That way, the actors want to go swimming, they can go swimming, all that stuff. There's a high chance during the world tour, me and the actors and Peter Jackson are gonna have parties too. And for me and VJ, we can stay at a more top notch room. We can stay at like a $4,000, $5,000 night room because we're the boss, obviously. And there's a high chance I'll do parties in my room too. We can get beer and do parties after the venue. We can do parties in my hotel room. Me and VJ's hotel room with all the actors. You can do that. That's why these actors have a blast when they're going to do in their life. If these actors want to buy their own clothes, you know what I'm saying? These actors want to buy their own clothes, get their nice shades. They can buy stuff obviously during the tour. They have to pay with their money. You have money in your bank, and I pay you a lot of money. You can easily buy your own clothes, obviously. Which they most likely will. Good chance they're gonna go out shopping and buy some clothes also, some shoes and all that stuff. Yeah, I want to wear this for the venue meeting, and they buy their own nice shoes and nice clothes. Yeah, easily afford it because they have money in the bank. They're already rich, obviously, and I pay them the millions of dollars, and they can easily afford to get their own clothes and all that stuff. They want to go have a beer downstairs in the hotel room. They have to pay with their own money, obviously. But there'll be some times when I'll be taking them out to a bar, and it's on me. I'll take Peter Jackson and 17 to the bar, and it'll be like it's on me, and they'll buy us a beer. I'll buy them a beer. Sometimes I'll do that, obviously. I'll pay with my business account for that, obviously. And you're looking at something crazy for the world tour. If the world tour happens, you're looking at something crazier than Hollywood, except it's all behind the scenes. And you guys are gonna feel left on, abandoned by God, man. You're gonna feel like total shit, man. And that's why I set the whole thing up. I'm a fucking genius. Yeah, man. I'm a fucking genius, man. I set the whole thing up, man. That's why VJ's so proud of me. Oh my God, Ivan, I'm so proud of you. You know what I'm saying? When you lost, I woke you up. You happened to be writing your book. You wrote the best fantasy novel ever, worth billions. My book's already finished. All I have to do is just go over it with my younger brother. My younger brother knows his grammar very well, and he's fixing up my grammar, my sentence structures, all that stuff. Tweaking up my book. Same story, but there's a few different tweaks, obviously. He's fixing up my book, all that. So he's gonna be my editor for my book, obviously. Obviously, right? And yeah, it looks like top notch. Me and VJ are gonna build that nice ass office for ourselves. A nice, like, I don't know, $15 million, $18 million put towards that office, man. Luxury. I'm gonna have my office have automatic doors too. My office will have automatic doors. So when you enter the building, the automatic door opens. You have this nice, luxurious studio office. I'm gonna buy nice luxury. Me and VJ are gonna buy nice luxury couches for the foyer for the actors and crewmen to sit down. Buy a good 2 couches. 2 big couches is enough. Get a good two big couches, and you can even have a nice waterfall fountain. Obviously, a nice waterfall designs in your studio office, and the secretaries will be on the lower floors with the open desk, and I'll have an elevator that takes us up to the second floor, and that's where the bigger bosses work. Me and VJ, the three, and Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, or JJ Abrams, and Rian Johnson, whoever's hired, right? They'll be working and they'll have their own office, obviously, which is nice, obviously. I'm willing to pay Jon Favreau a $20 million bonus. I'll just pay him 20 because I know Hollywood's gonna offer him a lot of money. I'll pay him a $20 million bonus, and he gets his $6 million for the first year, and the next 2 years he gets $3 million a year, which is a nice fucking paycheck, obviously. And Jon Favreau's making what? He's making like $5 million for the 4 years of Zanus. He also gets his $50,000 bonus after filming is completed, and he gets his 2-week vacation, obviously, and he also gets money for the commercials too. Pay him a nice, I don't know. He'll be doing 2 commercials, so pay him a nice $20,000 for the 2 commercials the first year, which is nice, obviously. He also gets spoiled with the takeouts, parking up my condo. know what I'm saying? Partying up my condo. Takeouts. Docking's filming at him and his nice house. Jon Favreau's most likely gonna buy a nice like $7 million house. The guy's already rich, and I paid him a nice bonus. He can easily get a nice like $7.5 million house in Vancouver. A nice fucking house in Vancouver. He has nice cars, obviously. The guy's already rich, obviously, but he can get nice cars, all that stuff. I want to pay Dave Filoni like $9 million bonus, which is good, and he gets his $2 million a year for the 4 years, which is a nice paycheck, obviously. And he gets his commercial money too. He's also spoiled like Jon Favreau, all that stuff. Being featured on the ad shoots, takeouts, partying on my condo, my yacht, all that stuff. Obviously, yeah. And the secretaries, I'll pay them a $150,000 bonus. That way they can buy their house right away. Because to buy a $2 million house, you only need to put a $100,000 down payment on it. So I'll pay the secretaries $1 million, and they get their $150,000 bonus, and they get the $150,000 bonus after bill is completed. And the other three, the head production and Cal and Levi's, I'll pay them a $2 million yearly salary. They get a $250,000 bonus. Pay them a bonus, that way they can feed their families, they can buy their house right away. Pay them a nice bonus, that way they can feed their families, they can buy their house right away. As to buy multiple million houses, you have to put like a $100,000, $50,000, $80,000 plus dollar down payment on it. That's why you pay them a nice bonus, that way they can buy their house right away. Secretaries can buy their nice $1.7 million house, $2 million house. The other two can buy their nice $4 million, $3.8, $3.5 million house. Obviously, right? And they get the other three get their $250,000 bonus after filming is completed as well. And they also get sent on the 2 week vacation as well as the secretaries. And they get their retirement packages too. You guys know how much I'm willing to pay them. I already mentioned that in my past videos, obviously. Yeah. So I think I've babbled on enough. I'll talk about Zanus later on Peter Jackson movies. I think I've babbled on enough about that. I want to talk about the process of the Great Escape. Because I think I've delved enough about the Zanus, the 4 years of Zanus. Again, Last of Zanus will be the best story we told. One of, not the best story told, the motion picture. A $980 million budget I'm putting towards the movie. I'm not going to go any higher. That's more than enough. I'm not going to put $1 billion, no. I'm already paying Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson a lot of money. Because Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson, I'm not paying them through the budget. No, I can't afford it. It'll affect the budget. Me and VJ have to pay them out of our pocket, man. Out of our pocket, obviously. And it's almost like $1.1 billion is going towards the movie. Easily, me and VJ will easily make our money back, though. So even if we put $1.1 million towards, almost $1.1 billion towards the movie with paying Peter Jackson and all them, we're going to make a good like $3.5 billion off the movie. So we're going to make an extra $2.5 billion in profit, man. $2.4 billion in profit. So we're going to make our money back, VJ. Our merch, it's a good chance we might even make more money off our merch than even our movies. Because merch, you make a lot more money off merch than movies, obviously. We might even make more money off our merch than even the movie sales. You never know. But I'm estimating around $1 billion me and VJ are going to make for the merch. For the posters and the coffee mugs. So I'll sell Zanus 6 Zanus posters, and it'll come with like 2 or 3 coffee mugs. Obviously. I'll give you an option. You can either get the bundle, like the 6. I'll do a thing where you can get the 6 posters and the 3 coffee mugs, for like, I don't know, $130 or something like that. Or you can get like 1 poster individually. You can get like 1 coffee mug. You can do a deal like that. You either get the bundle, the package deal, like 6 posters and like 2 or 3 mugs, or you can get like 2 posters and like 1 poster and like 1 mug. You know what I'm saying? 3 posters, 1 poster, 2 posters, 3 posters. You can do a deal like that. That way the people who can't afford to get the bundle, they can get like the 1 poster. But most people are most likely going to get the bundle as they want the whole. I want the whole package, Ivan. I want the whole 6 posters. Yeah, they want the whole 6 posters. But the people who don't want to pay $130, you can get like you can have an option where we buy one poster on Amazon, buy for like $25, $25. You buy 1 mug for like $12. Some nice Last of Us Zanus mugs. Yeah, man. That's enough. I'm not gonna get toys. I'm not gonna get T-shirts. No. Yeah, I mean, visual will make more money, but it just becomes crazy. Just sell the mugs and the posters. That's enough. Amazon has mugs. Obviously, has cups. All he has to do is just customly design it, and the cost is taken care of when I price my series. When I price my my book, my posters and the mug and the mugs for purchase on Amazon. Amazon doesn't have to pay for anything because the cost is taken care of when we price it on Amazon for sale, the bundle, right, or the individual posters and mugs. Yeah. So let's talk about the Great Escape movie. And then later on, I'll talk about I'll repeat the same things I said in my last video, obviously. So the Great Escape movie, the Great Escape movie won't be what? Won't be as long of a project. The Great Escape movie is only like 2.5 years. All my other movies are all 2 years, 2 years on average, 2.5 years on average. Whereas Zane's is the only movie that's like 5 years. It's a bigger project, obviously. Because Zane's, you have a fantasy world, you have to build all these sets. Whereas a Great Escape movie, I won't have to build as much sets. I'll build a lot of sets, obviously, like the scene the scene when we're in the apartment. We can build a set for that for the apartment. The employment center, we can build a set for that, or you can lease a good employment center, obviously. And the real cost for the Great Escape movie will be the special effects and leasing the streets. I'm gonna have to lease streets in New York for a good 3 years. That's gonna cost millions. I'm gonna lease a good like 5 streets for the movie for the Great Escape movie for like 3.5 months. That's like 65 million in cost, man. It's a lot of money, man. I'm gonna hire a good 20,000 extras. The more extras you have, the more professional your movie will be. You have a lot of extras in Italy and New York. It all costs us money, obviously. But it all costs us money. And you're looking at crazy, crazy fame for that Great Escape movie. Even though Zane's is a better story than the Great Escape movie, the Great Escape movie will be cooler. It'll be cooler seeing Ivan and Vijay in the Great Escape movie. Because we're badass secret agents, and we're speaking modern English in modern times, driving nice cars, we're shooting with guns. It's cooler seeing Ivan and Vijay in the Great Escape movie compared to seeing them in Zanus, obviously. But Zanus is a better story. You see what I'm saying? Just like, even though Lord of the Rings is the best movie children ever made, a movie like Transformers is cooler to watch. Because you have Shia LaBeouf, Sam Witwicky, right? He speaks modern English. You have the Transformers. You have all these crazy stunts. It's cooler when you seeing the stuff in Transformers, obviously, especially for Transformers. But Lord of the Rings is a better story and it's a better movie. You see what I'm saying? So even though Zane's will be a better movie than the Great Escape movie, guaranteed. There's some people who might like Great Escape better, but I highly doubt it. Last of Zane's will be better than the Great Escape movie, obviously. But man, am I excited. Even though I'm really excited for Zane's, I am really excited for that Great Escape movie, man. Because it's me and Vijay were secret agents kicking ass in the modern times, man. There's something top notch. Yeah, we're badass agents. Yeah, man. So after the journey of Zane's is over and the actors beg me much to sign them, I'm saying the journey's over now. They're all sad. Even though they're going to be successful in Hollywood, they're all going to be sad. Because they're going to remember that crazy fame, obviously. They're going to have successful careers in Hollywood. But even then, the side tensions are going to feel like shit. And they know Ivan and Vijay are going to start that kick-ass Great Escape movie, yeah. They're going to film that kick-ass Great Escape movie, yeah. We're badass secret agents, obviously. Me and Vijay will put a good 700 million towards the movie. Around there. 700 million is a bit too much. We'll put 680. 680 should be enough. 730, you're just wasting money. It's more. 680 is more than enough money towards the movie. But I want to create room to pay these actors, though. That's the thing, though. No, I'll make it for 700 million. I'll make the Great Escape movie for $700 million. So 300 million will go towards salaries, paying the actors, the crewmen, all the crewmen. Because for the Great Escape movie, I only need a good like 500 crewmen for that. 500 crewmen is more than enough for the Great Escape movie. 500, 600 crewmen for the Great Escape movie. Obviously, I'll hire the crewmen who worked on James Bond to work for that movie, obviously. The only people who will come back will be like the chefs. The chefs, you can bring back your chefs and your dishwashers. But not all of them can come back as I have a different amount of crewmen per movie, obviously. For the Great Escape movie, I only need like 20 chefs. I won't need, whereas Zane's, I'll need like 30, 35 chefs. Great Escape movie, I'll only need like 20 chefs for that. And so not all of them will come back. Only the head chefs and designers and photographers and all of them. And the doc team will all be coming back. Whereas everyone else, not everyone will come back. The head chefs will not be coming back. And I'll hire the crewmen who worked on James Bond to work for my Great Escape movie. So the people who did, all the assistants who did special effects for James Bond, I'll hire those guys to work on my Great Escape movie. And the main like 5, you can hire people who worked on James Bond, John Wick, you know what I'm saying, to be your main like three people, whatever it is. obviously. So I'll make that movie for $700 million. And you're looking at unheard technology for even the Great Escape movie. A revolutionary technology for the Great Escape movie. Top high end gun changes, top high end stunts for the cars, car chase sequences, all that stuff. The world building, put more money into world building for the organizational world in Italy, all that stuff. Something top notch. The extras, building sets around the streets, all that stuff. Right, so after me and VJ filmed that amazing Last Resistance movie, we take our 8 months off, whatever it is. We re-signed our 7 team, the photographers, web designers, graphic designers, and all of them, right? The head chefs. And now me and VJ, what I'm gonna do for the Great Escape movie is during those 8 months when me and VJ take our time off, me and VJ are gonna begin planning the story. That way we're prepped and we have an idea what we want the story to be about. Because for Zanus, it's not as hard for me because I have a foundation. I have my book. All I have to do is just follow my book, and it's not as hard, obviously. Whereas the Great Escape movie, we're writing everything from scratch, obviously. We're writing everything from scratch, obviously. So what I'll do is I'll print out the James Bond script online. Obviously, I'll print out the James Bond Casino Royale script online, and I'll have me and VJ study the script. That way we have good ideas for the dialogue and all that stuff for our Great Escape movie, obviously. Okay, VJ, even though we're going to take our 8 months off, I want me and you to print out the James Bond Casino Royale script, and we study the script together. And then we plan, okay, VJ, this is what I want to happen at the beginning of the movie, the middle of the movie, and the end, and we plan it out. We plan it out. We can hire someone to type it out for us. Hire someone to type it out for us. We tell them our ideas, and he types it. Pay the same guy who planned your company for you, who wrote down the plan for your company. Hire that guy, and then we sit down in our nice, luxurious condo, and we plan out the story. That way we're organized. That way we're not lost, obviously. So once me and VJ film that Last Resistance movie, and we take our 8 months off, during those 8 months, okay, VJ, hey VJ, we need to plan the story out. I will not help. She'll help me because I saved her ass, obviously. She'll help. The reason why VJ will help me because VJ knows I saved her ass, man. Because of me, she gets to live this life with me, and she sees me every day. And VJ will work hard for me, obviously. Yeah, I'll help you. You know what I'm saying? And VJ can help me, obviously. Okay, let's print out the James Bond Casino Royale script. Let's study it. That way we get an idea for good dialogue, good scenes for our Great Escape movie, obviously. And let's plan out the story Have someone type it out. Me and VJ plan out the story. Then we have a foundation when we start the process of the Great Escape movie, obviously. So the beginning of the movie, a couple is on the run from a secret organization and they get killed. Obviously, me and VJ can plan out some scenes, obviously, that way we're not lost. And then you get credits and it transfers to me wife and points into the reflection we can't find jobs. And when the couple gets killed, Ben Affleck tells Paul Bettany, get a search going. I want to have that same line in The Matrix. Get a search going. You have a little Easter egg there, right? Get a search going. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's like, okay, I'll scout the New York region, and Paul Bettany scouts the New York region, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it transfers to me and VJ. We can't find jobs. We're frustrated. We're in an employment center. In a good 40 minutes of the movie, me and VJ are looking for jobs and it's not going well. And then Paul Bettany meets us at the bar and he bribes us and we end up taking the job, obviously. That's like the beginning of the movie. Then the second half of the movie is us training in the company. So Keanu Reeves, Scarlett Johansson, they'll be training us as well as other people too. Training us and the other 4 to 6 couples. I have 4 to 6 couples. And those couples who are going to be in my movie will be the major leads of my movie, obviously. As they're going to be in all the training scenes as well as a bit of the second half of the movie when they die. Before they get killed by the company, obviously. And the second half of the movie is when we usually find the company's dirty and we're on the run and we're kicking ass. We plan the whole thing. Hire someone to type it for me and VJ. And we tell them ideas and we type. That way me and VJ have a foundation for our Last Resistance movie, our Great Escape movie, obviously. You're looking at an amazing movie for that Great Escape movie. That's something crazy, man. I told you the actors for the Great Escape movie are also going to go on that world tour with me and VJ too, guaranteed, right? You might hear some noise. Just give me a sec here. I'm gonna shut my camera here for a sec.